Namaste. Namaste. So this morning, from the share from the meditation cushion this morning, is the reflection, is the recognition of what is happening within the journey, the experience of awakening. The odd expression of what happens and what is happening is the peace that is experienced, the presence, the stability, the clarity, the freedom, the liberation is recognized as a result that there's very little me left. And that's an odd thing to hear, perhaps. It's not an odd thing to say anymore. Because what it means is that the me that we identify with, as we looked at before, is just a constructed me, a constructed I in the mind. Programming, conditioning. When we awaken into the true self, the imperishable, eternal soul, in a dance with God, in a dance with love. When we awaken to that reality, when that is realized, the self that we've been dreaming ourselves to be is a placeholder, because the mind needs a self, and if it's not awakened as the true self, it'll make a self up. That is the self that has all the stories of I'm lovable or I'm not lovable, I'm worthy, I'm not worthy. Just all of the stories about the feeling of a separate self that can be destroyed, that can disconnect, that can feel a disconnection from love. It feels that if it's not being loved from the outside, that there is no love then there. When that identity falls away, empties, because it's no longer needed when we awaken to the true eternal nature of our being. That story that we created as something for the mind to identify with, which was of its own construction, that falls away. And when it does, it takes all the elements of the story with it. The anxieties, the fears, the doubts. Those don't belong. Those they're not attached to, they're not a part of the pure, radiant, perfectly tuned soul that is here to be an instrument of love. those fears and those stories and those anxieties are part of the construct. As that construct which we awaken from fades, just as a dream that you awaken from in the morning, you awaken from the dreams of night, they fade when you move into your day. As we awaken to what we truly are, out of this dream of self that we've constructed, the dreamed constructed self fades away, and it takes with it. There's no other way around it. The anxieties are part of the story, part of the construct. When the construct fades, they go. So it's a wild thing to say, there's just less and less me anymore. But that's just saying there's less and less of the dream of me, the constructed me that I've been identifying with for all of my life and lifetimes. There's so much less of that anymore because there's an embodiment of the true self that is awakened and awakening. And then love, God, gets to once again express through, manifest through the beautiful soul that we are, the evolving, learning, growing, expanding soul that lends its unique fragrance, its unique quality, its unique tuning to the love as the love moves through. It moves through our particular tuning. And a particular music is expressed. It moves through our particular fragrance, and a particular fragrance of love is expressed. No longer encumbered, no longer battling with a dreamed self that is still trying to take control and run things and be dominant and drive the car. When we awaken to what we truly are, this beautiful, uniquely tuned soul in a dance with God, that old story of self is just not needed. And it'll argue, it'll say, but how can you live without me? I am you. I'm the one who keeps you safe. I'm the one who sets boundaries. I'm the one who says yes and no to this and that. But what we find is that when that is let go, when we surrender that, let it empty, we live far more authentically and beautifully and gracefully in faith, because we're now just able to listen and abide and be this beautiful, perfectly tuned, beautifully shaped soul. That we are. Turning our awareness back to God, back to love. No longer ruled by a storied self. When that goes, the soul is, all the bandwidth of our truth, of our true nature is available to love. Let love move through. And the story of self will still, as it fades, it still tries to contribute its fears and its worries and its doubts and its concerns. What if we're rejected? What if we're betrayed? What if we're hurt? And the awakened soul says, that's fine. pure divine love will meet whatever hurt, whatever pain, whatever difficulty, whatever sadness, whatever grief arrives within this human experience. It'll be met by a strong, stable, clear soul in devotion to God, to love. How could that not be capable of meeting whatever difficulty this human life presents? So let it go. As we come into the true knowing of true self, we can let the story go, because it's not us. It was conjured, it was constructed, because we didn't know the truth of being. And when it goes, all of the fears that are part of its construct go. All the anxieties that are part of its construct go. And it's hard for it to imagine a life without those fears and without those doubts and without those anxieties. But they're not authentic to the soul. They're constructed, they're part of the story. When we're not that, we can be what we truly are. That's the invitation. Stop identifying with the story and trying to clean it all up and make it behave, so that the construct of self is a better, clearer, more managed construct. Let it go, so that you can be liberated. The soul can be liberated from being run by the dream. And the liberated soul can then turn back to God and say, I'm available again. Let's dance. Namaste. So much love.
If you like this video and you'd like to see similar content, please subscribe to my channel. As well, click that like button down below, and that's going to make this video more available to more people. And please visit me at my website, chessedwards.com. There's a link for that down below. There you are going to find valuable resources for living a conscious, powerful, and peaceful life. As well, you're going to find information about how to work with me one-on-one, or how to build your own custom 3-day private immersion retreat with me here in Sedona. Plus, there's information about upcoming group retreats, virtual retreats, and so much more. And I've got a few free gifts for you. I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.